Hmm. Howdy, y'all. So, I just checked after clearing off some data, and unfortunately, I did the Shakespeare. I did the loyalty mission. I had a whole 60-minute video where I also caught a bunch of little extra things. And then, out of nowhere, quite rudely for no fucking reason, it said, oh, you don't have the space. I thought, well, that's why I got a USB port on there. I went ahead and I went to readjust it, and it was like, oh, cool. And then it just got rid of the video in the middle of me doing that. And I was like, wait, what happened to my video? Where'd my stuff go? And it was, what stuff? Here's the thing of you doing the loyalty missions for Latin. I'm like, no, Shakespeare. I did Nope, no Shakespeare here. We don't know what you're talking about, crazy person. And I was like, well, fuck. So, I'm going to go ahead and load up the previous save since I had not saved yet. And I'm going to redo it. Or, counter offer, if y'all are interested, I can go ahead and just play the video of it. As far as like the cutscenes, you see the cutscenes and beat the game. Because as y'all saw, we're pretty damn near done with it. But whatever we choose, whatever we do, I'm good with whatever. I'm currently just sizing up what to do here overall. I currently have little chaos demons running everywhere. I mean, in other news and productive bullshit we've done, I'm getting real good at sorting the stuff at work as far as like chopping vegetables and whatnot, which is good for me because I could use my knives, but using the industrial equipment is useful too. I'm getting pretty good at that. I can successfully say that we haven't had any garbage veggies go out, as far as like, you know, oh, that's rotten. Well, I'll cut the rot out and then we'll get rid of that. And when I chop up that bit, I'll bring it to feed to the groundhogs and the other animals as I walk around. Because I typically, you know, I'll spread leavings for the animals on the road as I go. I'll try to leave it a portion off the road, but you know. But on top of that, the house smells of fresh pine. I think I'm going to get a different smell next time. And wiped down the surfaces, made a cleaning rag, then realized, oh, the shorts Alice ate the crotch out of again. Well, this time it was kind of a little half the crotch, mostly one of the legs. But it's like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of her doing that. And it's like, some of it, it's not even like she barely had access to the pants, you know? That's what's upsetting to me. Is it'd be different if the stuff was left laying around, but it's like, it's up on top of stuff. She has to jump up to get stuff. Like I said, it's just joys of pet ownership, y'all. Joys of pet ownership. Eventually we'll train her away from it. Look, I've heard that physical punishment never works, and if you want it to work, it has to work within, like, a window of, like, moments, because the dog doesn't process why it's being punished outside of that. And, like, I don't like punishing my dogs. I don't want to be physical with them, but I also can't keep fucking affording new pants every other week. I can't keep, you know, there's limits, and I don't know what to do, and I'm doing what I can, but I give her toys. She don't want the toys. She wants my pants. And I try to pick them up and keep them picked up. Well, that only goes so far when you ain't got but so much room to put stuff. So it's like, I can't. Oh, god fucking damn it with this game. There we go. Also on a more, I hear a baby coughing or pooping, one or two. But on a more political ha-ha side, I gotta say, anyone that thought Elon and Trump were gonna go down in flames, you can collect your bingo prizes, cause it has happened effectively. And as they crash and burn out, Elon's company's gonna crash and burn out with it. I mean, that's the beauty of some of the Americas. We don't like Nazis. We don't like Nazis so much, we'll bankrupt their companies when we find out. But I mean, let's not, you know, let's not glaze ourselves up too much, considering, you know, there's still Ford as an American company. And, ooh, we got a donkey. I don't want to kill the sheep, but I think I'm going to have to in order to get fucking wool. Alright, we'll need some concrete slabs. Shit. Alright. Let's go back to mining down some while we wait for daybreak. At least until we can make a bed proper. Really probably should have gone to get some of... Well, I guess we got leaves. Really should have gone to try to get some more trees and such. That sounded like something tall falling. Okay, that's where our ladder will be. This is where we'll end one of the floors at. Let's take this side then. Oh yeah, let's just say the other side of the... I'm listening to a Surah stream while we go. And he's just covering all the various things that Musk has and can and can't do. And here's the thing, with running Twitter with all the little Nazis on there, he's gonna start shit-talking Trump and all the other things, and it's gonna go back to that war from the first Trump term, where it's, oh, these tech people, and it's just, don't... My brothers and sisters, all 59 of you, because we got a sense of humor and we're going to keep it right at 59, and we'll probably keep it at 69 for a while too, giggity, but at the same time, we'll still, let's not buy into this bullshit, huh? I mean, it's just, it feels kind of pointless, you know? Let's laugh at it, but as far as, nobody get mad over this nonsense, because there's nothing to get mad about here. We all knew this was going to happen eventually. Let's just hope they destroy each other. Oh wow, okay. I went from watching the Hannah stream where Marcel Meltdown happened to the next Surah stream where literally, oh thanks for the raid, Hannah. I'm not live, y'all, but it feels like I'm live. This is a neat little moment to record together that we have. But what I was going to try to say before I got distracted was, with Musk and Twitter being the way it is, not only is it going to go back to the way it was, where Trump is now fighting with tech people and nerds, it's also going to be like his propaganda arm just got snapped pretty good, considering that and Elon Musk is no cutting edge guy here, but look at who Trump has. What fresh blood does he have in that group that can talk to the youths? Let me be clear, I'm not one of those. I've looked at my demographics. Most of you are my age or slightly older. I'm kind of cool with that. I dig that. Don't get me wrong, if I could attract the youth, it would be better for the channel's, like, longevity. But as far as, like, I'm happy with people getting my references, and most of my references are, like, I'm an elder millennial. Most of my references are that. Now, let me be clear, I'm going to try... how do I put this? I don't want to make an aim and then miss my shots so bad, you know? But I'm going to try hard here to slow down some of my cursing, and I'm going to try hard to, like, try to be above board with some of my stuff. Like, try to keep it PG-13 with the curse, and only drop an occasional F-bomb. I've already, with over 500 some odd videos, I've never used a slur, check my shit. But outside of that, I'd like to expand, I'd like to improve, you know. challenges makes the body better. So, gotta go get more tools now. Or better yet, let's slap this bad boy down. We're still building the floors and we've got a chest over there, so let's drop it. Yeah, for now. Slap up a couple more picks and keep right on down. Like I said, y'all, my plan here is to sustainability, beat 172 days, but unlike the last one, let's do it with a lot more style. Less of the abstract and more of the wow. I'm about to show y'all some of my more creative, weird tower designs. But I'm going to be putting them in varying sizes. That way, once I get a bed, that way I don't get attacked while I'm up on one. But that way I can see around me real well and we can see the farmlands and all that. Like I said, y'all, we gotta work together, do all things that we can, and I try my best to embody that. That being said, some things are just a major fucking ick for me, and I end up rebelling like poorly against them. I want to try to be more benefit of the doubt when it comes to some of the people in my life, co-workers especially, and I want to live a better, healthier life altogether, so I try to, like, you are what you eat, so to speak, and you are what you take in. I build on creativity through my sketches. I try to bring some degree of beauty to the world, and eventually, once I get good enough at drawing an image and I can start making multiples of it, we will start to do more of a comic-esque stream as well. But who knows? I mean, I thought woodworking was going to be my whole thing, and I would have loved to have, but it's not like I can just go down to the community center and pick up a new piece for my tool. We have no community center, as we have no community here. Not here. Here I like to think we have a pseudo-community, but none of y'all can, you know, lend me a new locking mechanism for a Dremel 3000 some odd. I believe it's a 3500, but y'all can't do that. I can't do that. With the way the world being it is right now, you know, I couldn't guarantee I'd have the money to do it. I mean, there are plenty of people watching my content on the PlayStation Network that would like to play with me, and I would like to play with them. That's $10 a month, and sad as it is, I can't do it. Once we can adopt out some of the animals and we can, you know, get more set up, perhaps once I can get food stamps again, maybe, then maybe I can afford $10 a month, but right now, shit. I'm back in over my head trying my best not to die. And I would love to, you know, just go get the food stamps done, but it's like, I need to be able to do the paperwork and everything the day I go up there, because that's about 10 miles, give or take. And you know, let's be clear, even when the system was run by good people, Democrats or whatever, it was still, you're not getting it done on the first day. It was never a system where you go in there and say, hey, I need help. Here's what I make. Here's evidence of this and this. And they go, oh, well, here's you some food stamps. That never, ever will it work that way in this country, because that's just not the way things work. Bureaucracy is the way here. And sometimes that's a good thing, but most of the time it's bullshit. I mean, it's the same thing as, oh, you're allowed to get food stamps, but you're not allowed in any way to share them. I get it, but I don't get it. I get the concept of these are for you, get them to come up and apply for them. But back in the day, I could say, oh, I fully get it. But what if you've got immigrant neighbors, or, God forbid, children that are children of immigrants that got picked up while they were at work and were, say, left in the back of a van or a truck? And now, are they American citizens? Are they immigrants? Who the fuck knows? Right now, they're scared children, and you just want to keep them safe and get them back reunited with their families. What do you do about the food? Because everybody got to eat every day. Sadly, it's like every other day at the very least, and you shouldn't do that for too long. As humans, we kind of need to eat every fucking day, you know? At least once a day, I found. Also, I think I've deduced what fucked me up so bad, y'all. Shit. I think I deduced what has messed up my intestines so much, y'all. I think it was the gas station pizza that I almost called Martin's Pizza. Not Martin's Pizza. Something else. They advertise it. It's good pizza if you're young. But judging from what hit, how it hit, and how explosive it has been, part of it's coffee, because I've been drinking a ton of coffee. But also, I think a majority of it was the Hunt's Brothers, I want to say it is. It was those little personal pan or pizza bite slices. And again, I mean, when I say mouth orgasm, I mean I had a moment. Me and God had a moment while I walked past the couple houses to get between here and the Dollar General and home. But that being said, I was so sick, y'all. If I had not known what was going on and I had not gotten to the bathroom when I did, I'd have probably been puking sick because of the amount of grease and whatnot. But y'all, so good. It had been over a month since I had any pizza at all, but so good. Plus, this is just another call out for why can't you hardly have a sidewalk? It is wildly dangerous here. The other day when I walked home, because y'all know I walk home, I walk a lot. But when I was walking the other day through the shoulder-high grass, leading into the ankle-high, leading out to the knee-high again, if you go into the ditch, which is the safest route, is to go down the ditch. But if you go down the ditch, you're going to be met with this little red parasite that I can't say the name of in Latin, and the actual name, the vernacular name, sounds, well, I don't trust this mic enough for me to say it. It starts with a chi, and it rhymes with a British undergarment. But they're a parasitic little bug that get under your skin, and, ooh, buddy, do they make you burn and itch and burn and itch, and if you scratch them, you'll end up with little meth marks all over your legs. Or wherever they burrow in. It's not just a leg thing, y'all. They'll go for anything. They're not picky. If it's got blood and meat, they go for it, because yum, yum, yum. But outside of that, y'all, when I tell you, it's a lot of farmland, like the sod farm, and then just what used to be, long ago and far away, a group of Hispanic gentlemen. I want to say Brazilian, but as I never spoke to them, I feel like that would be a little shady to say. So, I know they had deep tans. They typically dress like gauchos or like farm, like cowboys proper. Not the city wearing the white breeches and they don't work, but they dress like it cowpokes, but actual like farmhand cowboys. And they had, for a short period, longhorn steers. And they had llamas or goats or horses or some shit, or some accordance of all of the two. But they had longhorns for a little bit. They always used their cuttings, because I'm guessing they grew part of the animal's food or along the roadside there. Whatever, but they would carve that down, and it was always like... Again, I've always been a walker. As an adult, I have moments where I realize, oh, I can walk closer to the road. I don't have to hide that I'm walking. It's no worries, mate. You're an adult. You're an adult dude. Nobody wants you. At least nobody wants you bad enough to fight for you. We're in this society. But that being said, as a kid, I used to be able to walk down by the ditch no problem, but it was like, back then, if you let your grass, whether you were a farmer, a city person, a realtor, if you let your grass get knee-high, city was coming to knock on your door. And if they didn't come to knock on your door, they would literally post a fucking little red sign ticket that said, "Notice to landowner, you were in violation," with a little list of bullshit bullet point reasons that aren't really bullshit, but you know the bullshit. You know it because you know what you should be doing. Why not let your field go to seed and grow all the way out to head high and higher? Well, at first it'll do field mice and all that a solid, which is good, but then after a while it's like pure snake territory, and then you got an interbreeding because it's all like deers and snakes and all these animals, and the animals aren't the problem. It's the fleas, the ticks, the various animals that get on the animals. I mean, y'all, I have an actual tick kit. It's meant probably for animals more than people, but it's called the Ticky Tornado. God, I hope that word translated right. And it's a pair of tweezers with a little pinch on it that if you got a bigger tick or it's fed a little, you use this pair. If it's a little tick or you just caught it crawling and you felt that pinprick of it biting in, use these little ones. But it'll either slide a little piece underneath the mouth like a ball gag and pop it off of you, or if it's the bigger, the Ticky Tornado, it'll basically pin its head shut over that piece of you, and you lose a tiny little well, not microscopic, but you know what I'm saying, less than a millimeter, but less than, you would lose the same amount if you poke yourself with a safety pin. You're losing something, but you're not going to really notice what you're losing. And even better, you're not going to contact Lyme disease, or there's a wide variety of other diseases you can catch from ticks, ranging to bubonic plague. I've even nightmarishly enough heard that rabies is possible. I don't think it is, but I also think that I don't think it is coming more from a place of fear and nuh-uh, than here's a cited source, rabies can't do that. You feel me, y'all? It scares me a little. But yeah, that can be prevented if you keep the grass down low, because you keep the grass low enough, all the animals typically stay in the wood line where they can, and they'll stay in the high grass that comes about deep in the wood lines, near where you get to the old growth parts of the woods. Well, with all the greedy corporations coming in, you don't really have those low portions anymore. It's almost all like bullshit now. It's all just neighborhoods and assholes. And I'm sorry about that if you live there. I'm sure that there are good people. I'm sure there are. Hell, I've waved at a couple of them as they were doing their little walk around the neighborhood thing, and I was walking on down the road getting my ass somewhere. But it's still one of those, I miss the woods. I miss the old ways. Alright. Nope. Pop it out a little bit more. Pop it in a little Oh, it was my belt they knocked over. I mean, I feel like a skeleton can still probably shoot through that, but we'll work it out. We'll work it out through dropping it a little bit, Alrighty, we can put a thingy there. We'll have that be the elevator shaft to go down to the next floor. And we'll do a little lookout point here that'll cover all the areas. That way, if I have to fight, I can come up here to shoot from here with a bow and arrow. Possibly, maybe, probably. Creepy. Okay. Go check. It is still nightfall outside, but our stone is done cooking. Let's throw some copper back in there. Alright. Alright. Did not like the sound of that. That sounded like I already got Enderman in here. Up. Sounds like they just threw their food. Hmm. Well, now I have to heal before we can do much else. So while we wait for that, let's load this down and make a few coal blocks. Not what I intended. Okie dokie. Now, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of meat and save the wheat. Especially with the hindsight I should have used first. But live and learn. So, I reckon this is where we'll leave off at for now. I'm gonna clear out some videos and then we're gonna run. I guess we're gonna do Shakespeare one more time and I'm gonna pick up everything I'd grabbed during that time. I'm gonna hate it, but I hate to leave y'all without that kind of context. So, I reckon, because there was a whole like little musical elf number that I really dug in the middle of it. So, now I reckon we'll run with that one. Alright, y'all. So, we'll be back. I gotta go see what's missing and what's not from the videos on Gat Out of Hell, and then we'll move forward with there. But for now, we'll sign off from Minecraft for the moment. Y'all have you a wonderful day, if I don't see you in the next stream. And we'll see you on the next one, if you're gonna be there. Y'all be good. Bye for now.